What's up, everyone? You're welcome once again to David Data Channel, where we talk about data science, productivity, and faith. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about the concept of data warehouse, data lakes, and data mart, what they are and what they look like in today's modern data structure ecosystem. And if this is your first time, I'm really excited to have you here. Please do hit the like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content that we drop on this channel. Alright, so let's hit the ground rolling into this video. So in today's data science space, there's so many terminologies being used: data warehouses, data lakes, data mart. Once upon a time it was just databases, right? But right now you have data lake house, you have data mesh, several terms and data jargons are being used in the space today. And so in this video I'm going to be trying to just explain three of these data names or infrastructure used in today's ecosystem, which are data warehouse, data lake, and data mart. So I'll just go through this in a very short time so you can have a good overview of what these things are and how they are used in today's current modern data stack and data infrastructure. All right. All right, so data warehouse. Data warehouse is a unified data repository for storing large amounts of data from multiple sources within an organization. It's a large unified repository for storing your data, oftentimes structured data sets from multiple sources within an organization. And the data warehouse also serves as a single source of data truth in that organization and also serves as a core reporting component. So if you notice your modern data stack or data architecture, that the data warehouse stands in between from the data source and then your visualization and reporting infrastructure as well. Your data warehouse is different from your production database and is most times a replica of your production database. In other words, your data warehouse is not your production database. Your data warehouse is just a replica of your production database. In other words, events that are captured from your application or your software are written down your application database, your production database, right? But now you extract this data into a data warehouse, and what you have in a data warehouse is just a replica data set and not a data that is coming directly from your application, right? And then your data warehouse is intended to keep data for analysis and not for application or service. Like I mentioned, it's intended for use for data analysis, right? The idea of the data warehouse is such that is to gather all the different sources of data of organization into one central repository. Say for example, as organization, you have your application database, you have your CRM, you have your product analytics tool, you have your web analytics tools, and you want to have all these data put in one place, this structured data put in one place, so that you can be able to transform this data in one place and then use it for business intelligence and analysis. A data warehouse is what serves that purpose for you in today's data infrastructure and data ecosystem. And also, they are essentially read only, and ETL and ELT should be the only thing writing on your data warehouse. In other words, your application does not write into your data warehouse. Your application writes into your database, but the only your data warehouse is just a read only structure. It only reads data coming in from the application or production database, right? I hope you're getting that. And when you have to write into your data warehouse, that writing should largely come from your transformation. Say you're using a tool like dbt for your transformation. When you do your dbt run, for example, it writes that table or whatever you've done in your data warehouse that you would use for visualization or business reporting purposes. And then they specialize in analytical query processing and designed for aggregating and filtering large amounts of data. In other words, they were structured for that sort of a thing. So, for example, for BigQuery, you can run queries within BigQuery as data warehouse. In Snowflake, you can run queries within Snowflake as well. You can aggregate data, you can filter them as well. Very large amount of data. You can do all these things within BigQuery or Snowflake or Amazon Redshift, as the case may be, because they are data warehouse designed for this kind of things, right? They also they manage your storage of your data and also manage compute of your queries within the data warehouse. And also they are terrible for use as application databases. Your data warehouse was not designed to be an application database, and as such it is terrible for that case in point. In other words, you can only use your database, your data warehouse rather, for the purpose of which it is largely for business intelligence purposes. You aggregate your data from different sources into your data warehouse, and then you use it from there for visualization and reporting after you have transformed the data and created metrics as you wish or as you so desire. Alright, so I have a chart here that shows your data coming from several data sources. Source one, this could be your application database, this could be your product analytics tools, let's say like Mixpanel or Segment, this could be your Google Analytics tool, this could be your CRM, HubSpot, or whatever other data sources you have as well. Now, you take these sources, all these different sources, either through your extract transform load, that's ETL or ELT, extract load transform, into your data warehouse BigQuery. So it could be BigQuery, it could be Redshift, it could be Snowflake, whatever warehouse you use in your organization or you feel meets the best need for your organization, right? Yeah, so really that's how data warehouse works, and then it is largely connected to your BI tool and visualization tool for reporting. So data warehouse sits in the middle of your data, of your raw sources, and then of your end product, right? It carries all the structured data into one place after you've done your extract, load, and transform process. And the only thing that you write into your data warehouse is what is just what is coming in from this your transformation stage of a data pipeline. All right, quickly we'll go to data lake, right? So data lake is a centralized and highly flexible storage repository that stores large amounts of structured and unstructured data in its raw, original, and unformatted form. Now, the major differences between the data lake, or one of the major differences between the data lake and data warehouse, is that a data lake is able to take in both structured and unstructured data, right? Whereas your data warehouse, because of the end of it, the end of data warehouse is for business reporting, it's for business intelligence, right? So it has to take in structured data, and so largely the data lake is able to take both unstructured data sets as well. And they use a flat architecture to store data in its raw form. So any form of data coming in, like anyhow, structured or unstructured, it just takes it into it, like it swallows everything and stores in the data lake. And data lakes are flexible, durable, cost effective, and allow organization to gain insights from unstructured data. The schema or data is not defined when data is captured. Instead, data is extracted, loaded, and transformed. Now, unlike a data warehouse, when you push data into your data warehouse, the schema is defined. Data is defined already before it goes into your data warehouse. But for data lake, there's no schema defined, there's no data defined. It just all goes into your data lake, but then you now extract, load, and transform from your data lake into your data warehouse or data mart. And then also it allows for ML, using machine learning, rather, that is, I mean for ML I mean machine learning, using tools for various data types from Internet of Things devices, social media, and also streaming data. All right. And this is like a data pipeline that uses a data lake as well. And a good example of data lake today is your Amazon S3 buckets, right? So you get data coming from all these several sources. your data source 1, 2, 3, 4. These sources may be structured, they may be unstructured, right? But then you just feed all these sources through the pipeline into your data lake. Data lake is not interested about the structure, about the schema, about the definition of the data. It just takes in everything, and it has some pros as well, because some people organizations are able to leverage machine learning even from their unstructured data as well. And so when you want to now do business intelligence or reporting from your data lake, you now have to extract, load, transform, and load this data from your data lake into your data warehouse, as it were, or your data marts, right? So whatever fits your organization, you extract it and load it into your data warehouse or your data marts. All right, so I hope you're getting a thing or two out of this. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. Okay, and then finally we have the data mart. Data mart is a focused subset of a data warehouse designed to present actionable information quickly to a specific department. So if you come back to this our data pipeline here, we see that this data coming in from the data from the data lake is extracted, transformed, and is loaded into data warehouse at this point, and then loaded into a data mart at this point. So the data mart is actually a subset of data warehouse that is designed to present actionable information quickly to a specific department. A set of dashboards that analyze data from a subset of data warehouse or lake for a particular business function. So your data warehouse could have lots of data, but then you have one, you create a data mart within that your data warehouse that feeds the operations teams, or that feeds the sales and marketing team, or that feeds the tech team, or whatever teams it's as it were. So that particular subset of data warehouse is what's referred to as a data mart. That subset of a data warehouse that feeds a particular team is what is referred to as your data mart. And unlike data warehouses and lakes, an organization will have to build their own data marts, right? So for your data warehouses, you have to purchase. So you have to perhaps get a Google BigQuery or Amazon Redshift or Snowflake. For your data lake, you may want to get Amazon S3 bucket, but for your data mart, you're the one that has to build your data mart by yourself within your data warehouse, right? Because you're defining the schemas, you're defining the what's it called again, you're defining the data as well. So you don't purchase your data mart, you define and build your data mart within your organization as it best fits your organization. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you have been able to explain to you the differences between data mart, the data warehouse, and data lake. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the difference between the data lake house and what's it called, data mesh. Right, so because data space is constantly evolving, it's always good for us to grow and evolve as the space evolves as well. Yeah, I hope you got a thing or two out of this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Till we meet again in the next video. Bye bye.